Good day everyone. Today we will learn about popular literature. First, what is popular literature? Popular literature is a literature that includes writings which has shown wide and continued acceptance for the masses, designed primarily to entertain and measured by sales, frequent imitation, adaptation to other cultural forms, and general commercial success. Popular is meant as a synonym for successful. So, the topic that we're going to discuss is the different forms of popular literature. So, there are 5 different forms of popular literature. So, first, number 1, we have narrative. Number 2, we have novels. Number 3, we have poetry. Number 4, we have essay. And number 5, we have short story. So now, let's discuss the narrative form. It is a report of related events presented to listeners or readers in words arranged in logical sequence. It is told by the narrator. And there are 2 types of narrator. The first-person narrator, direct part of the story. The second is the third-person narrator, which observes only the events and gives his or her summations. And there are 5 types of narrative forms. So number 1 is the descriptive narrative. It is narration, conveys time and place, tone and mood. Number 2, we have viewpoint narrative. Narration filters events through characters' eyes. And number 3, we have historical narrative. It is narration shows sequence of past events, cause and effect. Number 4, we have linear narrative. It is narration presents events in the order they occurred. And number 5, we have non-linear narrative. It is narration shows events out of sequence. Example, we have 2020, then, now. Right, so the second form of popular literature is the novel form. So it is simply a fictional story that is told in narrative form and that is book length. It existed throughout the world since it first became possible to print and distribute them. And the third, we have poetry form. So it is based on the interplay of words and rhythm. It has rhyme and meter. So when we say meter, it is a set of rules govern the number and arrangement of syllables in each line. Alright, so the fourth one is essay form. So generally, a short piece of writing outlining the writer's perspective or story. It is synonymous with a story, paper, or article. And it can be formal or informal. So when we say formal essays, they are generally academic in nature and tackle serious topics. So when we say informal essay, are more personal and have humorous elements. And there are 4 types of essays. So number 1, we have narrative essay. So the writer is narrating an incident or story through essay. And number 2, we have descriptive essay. So the writer plainly describing things using his words. And number 3, we have expository essay. The writer presents a balanced study of a topic that is based on facts. And number 4, we have persuasive essay. The writer intends to convince readers to believe in an idea or opinion and to persuade the reader to be on their side. Alright, so the last but not the least is the short story form. So it is a piece of prose fiction that typically can be read in one sitting and focuses on a self-contained incident or series of linked incidents with intent of evoking a single effect mood. And it can be found in anecdotes, fables, fairy tales, and parables. So the importance of knowing the different forms of popular literature as a future English teacher is that it can help us identify what forms of popular literature we are reading or writing so that we can share it to our students. It can also aid us in exploring and knowing which form we or our student are good at so that we can become expert in doing this. The different forms of popular literature is like our mirror because it shows what kind of person we are by the choice we choose on what forms of popular literature we are interested in.